And now, Giants Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Giants Sports Talk Live with myself, Eric, my good friend, Glenn, here joining you on this Saturday evening. Unfortunately, the Giants could not get the series win today.
Eric,
it was ugly.
Somebody's at the door. Live television. I'll be right back.
All right, fair enough. Go for it. All right, as Glenn answers the door. Oh, man. After that magical night yesterday with Blake Snell being able to go 9 innings, throws a no-hitter. What's up, Cryptic? I see Greg. I see G. Martinez. I see Kyle. I saw Will B. I think he's in here as well. And good old Robert. But, yeah, after that excellent game yesterday with Blake Snell throwing that no-hitter, you know, everyone's feeling high. I get it. That's what happens. A no-hitter will do that. I get it. It's exciting. He makes it feel good. Yeah. And you expect that, hey, maybe the Giants are rolling. You had the day before that, or I should say the game before that, you had Logan Webb throw a complete game shutout. So everything's feeling good. What's up, Alive Insurance? I see ya. I am doing hecka good, Greg. Thank you for asking. But yeah, so everyone's feeling good because, again, like I said, Blake Snell throws a no-hitter. Logan Webb throws the complete game shutout. Kyle Harrison comes out. Wasn't pretty, Glenn. What'd you think? What's up, Krister?
Not effect. You know, kind of drab outing from the pitching today. And I'm going to call into question what I said to you in the green room just before we went to air. Once again, I see a ball club and a management and a front office that have no clue what direction they're taking this team. And what I mean by that, Eric, see what your thought is on my take here early in the show. You've got guys who are starting, say, Yastrzemski, Luciano. And I know we talked about an injury that brought Encarnacion in late. But I'm tired of seeing the young players get the start only to be pinch hit for late in the game. And then I'm tired of seeing it vice versa, getting the old guys playing and then the young guys pinch hitting. Now, I can see the young guys pinch hitting, but my take on this is if you're going to start the young guys and you want them to develop, don't you want them to bat in these prestigious and very monumental points of the game late? You know, a couple of runners on, you're down, you know, let them get the hit. Let them get that, you know, get in those situations where they can produce. And I don't know. I just see a team that is my biggest take of the season, Eric. And it has been for a long while now, a few seasons where this is a team that they don't know if they're young, they're old, they're a mix. They don't know who's hitting for who and who's starting, who's going to pinch hit. It's just, it seems like it's all over the map. Do you agree or not?
I agree. I mean, and I'm going to attack this a little bit later after we break down the game here a little bit. But yeah,
it's frustrating.
That's what it is. It's frustrating. But we'll get into that here in a little bit. Here, let's get into the game and how it panned out for us.
And now, today's Giants in review on Giants Sports Talk Live.
All right, here we go. Let's start off with the box score for the San Francisco Giants. Lamont Wade, again, because you got a righty on the mound instead of having Kana or whoever else, whatever right-handed hitting first baseman you have is not in the lineup. So you got Wade in there, has 4 at-bats, no hits, 2 strikeouts. Wade is not looking good, especially that first at-bat. Holy crap. He took that called strike 3 right down the middle of the plate, and he was tossing the bat away like that was a freaking ball. I don't know what's going on with him. That was weird. One thing Wade has, he has an excellent eye, and that was right down the middle. So I don't understand why he was acting like that was a ball. That was really strange.
You know, the funny thing, Eric, he came back from that injury a little while ago. I've been watching him all year long now. We play fantasy league ball.
Mm-hmm.
His stats haven't been that good all year. When people were talking about, he should be playing every day for his stats. You know what? Check his stats, folks. His stats have been nothing from the start of the year.
You talk about Wade?
A little bit of an average early, but you know what? He's not an everyday first baseman, Eric.
No, well, but the problem with him is injury. Secondly, as a first baseman, yes, he had hit for average and he was able to get on base, but you've got to have some pop in that bat. If you're a corner infielder, traditionally you want to have some power there, and that's something that he hasn't had. And even more so, he's always prone to injury. He always does. What's up, buddy? What's up, baby? I see you guys.
Well, his OPS starting to drop 800.
It is. It is. His OPS is dropping. His average is dropping. And, of course, his on base will drop as well. Ramos, he went 0 for 3. He looked ugly. He had 2 strikeouts. Had to leave the game. His right thumb, which was bugging him a few games ago, is cropping up again. I think I saw a tweet from Alex Pavlovich. I think he retweeted it from someone else saying that looks like Ramos may miss tomorrow's game. So he'll probably be out of the lineup tomorrow. And Encarnacion came in for that replacement of Ramos, and his only at bat, he hits it over the right center field fence. Yeah, that was a nice home run by Encarnacion.
This guy up here.
Yeah,
getting used to the camera work. There we go.
Yeah,
we weren't too high on him, but
not yesterday. I mean,
baby.
But we've seen that. Come on, we just got rid of a player that's exactly like that. Either he strikes out or he hits the ball hard.
All right,
More likely
I'm jumping. Hey, I'm jumping on the bandwagon. You can poo-poo him all you want, baby. We'll differ, and we'll see how this plays out. I want to see him.
We'll see.
Well, obviously, I don't care who the player is. I want to see them all do good.
Absolutely.
I'm a Giant homer, baby. We want the Giants to win.
Patrick Bailey, not a good game. No hits, 2 strikeouts. There was a lot of strikeouts by the Giants. Wow. Just so you know, Hunter Green threw a gem today for the Cincinnati Reds. Had 11 strikeouts. He had some no-hit ball going, I think, into the 5th or 6th inning, somewhere around there. So he was dealing today against the Giants. And the Giants, again, we've kind of talked about this. Their hitting we'll say mediocre. Yeah, today they were able to get 4 runs on the board to make it interesting, but it was weird. Every single one of those hits was a home run. You had an inside the park home run. Well, here we'll get it. We'll get it here. We'll get into it in the next line here. Chapman 2 for 4 had 2 home runs. One was a little league home run. The other one went over the fence. Conforto had 2 hits. One of them was a single. The other one was a home run. Fitzgerald 0 for today with 3 strikeouts. That was a rough game for Fitzgerald. Yastrzemski 0 for 3. Luciano 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Not good. Schmidt 0 for 2. And Wisely 0 for 1 when he came in pinch hitting for Schmidt towards the end of the game. So again, you got 5 hits, guys. 4 of them, which were home runs. 3 over the fence. 1 was a little league home run. No guys were on base when those balls were hit over the fence, unfortunately, which the Giants couldn't. Yeah, it was nice to see them try to claw back from that 6-run deficit, which we're going to get into right now. Mr. Kyle Harrison.
What we're seeing from Luciano, too. That's what we've seen all along. I don't think we can truly expect anything less, can we?
Well, Luciano's bat was playing when he was up. It was his defense that was the issue.
Yeah, but the Ks. What's
bad.
The K rate? Holy smoke!
Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, he's striking out.
You thought we had problems with Soler's strikeouts, baby.
Yeah, good point. Smoke. That's a good point. I mean, and that's the thing.
But I will not complain. I want him to play, Eric.
Yes, he has to play.
Double-sided.
But that's the whole point of it, because honestly, this year, I don't care if they make the playoffs. If they do, that's great. I just want to see these guys get some time and see what they actually have. I mean, if you give them 2 months of really good baseball, that's going to show a little bit of something. Some guys take a little bit longer to develop. It's just the way it is. Some don't. But let's see what happens.
You talk about the pitching. Want to take a look at the pitching line next?
Yes, Kyle Harrison only goes 3 2/3, gives up 6 earned, 4 of them, which were home runs. I think one of those
no consistency whatsoever.
Yeah, I think one of those was 2 men were on base. I think when he hit the home run. So
yeah, he's been knocked out. He looks like a world beater one game and then just average.
And that's something, that you're going to get that. Exactly, Morcan. Harrison's young. He's going to go through these moments. Do I think it's a fatigue thing? I don't think it was a fatigue thing. He just didn't have a good game.
Fatigue? He was hurt. Jeez.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about Harrison. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going deep. They've never gone deep into a season. So
okay.
a lot of people want to say, hey, you got to be careful with the fatigue. And that may occur probably in the middle of August, maybe the end of August. And then because your arm will get tired because you're not used to throwing that many innings. But I think for this outing, it was just a bad outing. And Cincinnati clobbered him.
You know, one thing you and I differ on, Eric, and I differ that I'm probably alone in the outfield on this one. But, you know, if you talk to the veterans, you go back and talk to the Tom Seavers of the world, the Nolan Ryans of the world, they chuckle now and say, you know, tired. Look what these guys are getting paid now. You paid me $30 million to go pitch. I pitched till my arm fell off, Eric.
It's a good point. I mean,
Jesus.
We talk about that a lot. You know, back in the day, it was a little bit
pandering to these players. Like, oh my God, he can only go 3 today. Why?
Yeah.
Well, you know, we don't want to. And wasn't it remember 5, 6, 7 years ago when Strasburg was taken out? They were in a playoff chase late, and he won't be pitching anymore this year. Like,
he won't pitch no more this year because of
why? Well, you know, we don't want to burn out the arm. Christ.
Yeah,
$30 million, Eric,
and
$30 million.
It still didn't help. $30 million. Hicks came in, or Jelly was okay. Hicks came in for 2 innings. One thing that I was impressed with Hicks, his velocity is back up. Did you see? He was throwing 98 miles an hour again, which is nice to see because that's what you want from that guy. Jordan Hicks is going to succeed in the bullpen. That's who he is. That is who he is. And his stuff was doing. Granted, he only had 1 strikeout, but he induced that the inning-ending double play, which was nice to see because he's got that massive movement on that 2-seam that he throws at high 90s.
Yeah,
and it's great to see because that's where you want to succeed. The only thing I didn't like is why did you throw him 2 innings? You know, if you may need this kid, and you don't want to overdo it. I mean, come on, the bullpen was rested. You know, you had a day off. You had Snell go a complete game yesterday. So, I mean, your bullpen was rested. They could have brought in another guy for that inning. But
you know, one thing I've noticed about Hicks, because I did have him. I believe I still have him. Yes, I do. I believe in my fantasy league. With his velocity, Eric, not a big K pitcher. Not getting a lot of Ks with his velocity, which is surprising. I thought he'd be mowing down batters, double-digit strikeouts. And
well, I think because he induces
2 complete today, got a strikeout, but
he induces the ground ball, so that's fine. I'm good with it. I'm fine with that. Yeah, you want to see the strikeout when you can, but hey, if he could get those ground balls, I'm all for that. Yeah. Oh, speaking of ground, did you see Chapman had another error today? It didn't cost him the game or anything, but again, it was another error on base. It is what it is. I mean, come on, the guy's still a Gold Glove caliber third baseman. Sometimes that's going to happen. You get a tricky hop. It was hit pretty good. So, yeah. All right, what do we got here? Let's take a look at the chat before we go any further. Let's see. The Giants equal the hitless wonders.
We saw this last year. You know how many afternoons, especially on the weekends, for whatever reason, a day game, Eric. You know how many days I sat in Oracle Park last year and saw the stat line in the 9th inning? It would read Giants 1 run on 3 hits.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a 3-hit ball club. You get the next day, no runs on 3 hits. 1 run on 4 hits. That's not winning baseball. It's not. No offense whatsoever. We're seeing that. And last year, it really started to show in the dog days. And that's where we are now.
We're right in the middle of it. Well, we're right in the beginning of the dog days. The dog days start in August. Again, they call it the dog days because think you start dragging. You had a month and a half of spring training. Then you've gotten 4 months underneath your belt of baseball, approximately. April, May, June, July. Yeah, 4 months of baseball already under the belt. So yeah, you start getting tired. Audie, who is or was a high school pitcher, says it's the way you use velocity. Sometimes he looks like he's pitching around batters, and sometimes it looks like he's pitching for contact. He's not pitching either. The confidence of I'm better. Oh, I see what you're saying. Basically, what you're trying to say, Audie, I guess you're saying he's not projecting that confidence that I could get you.
Go and get him. Yeah.
Go and get him. Exactly. Hey, good luck because I got better stuff than what you have. He doesn't have.
Well, he
He's
does
not
have that
exuding
velocity. He should be able to just come in there and, if he was a closer today, you'd want him to come in, throw that ball 102 and just face 2 batters maybe in a game, maybe 3. Get your say. I think it'd be great. It'd be great to close games.
And that's something that I talked about when they signed him. I was like, yeah, make him a damn goal. I know he wanted to be a starter. I get it. Yeah. But you got to kind of work up into that. You just can't.
Don't fiddle around. Don't let him, that particular pitcher, late game. You want to get him in there in the 9th and, don't diddle around with, on the corner. Go and just
go get him. I mean, come on, you're already down by at that when Hicks came in. I can't remember what the score was. It might have been.
Oh yeah, of course.
So just go out there and just go out there and deal, man.
There's another topic, Eric. When we go into a game like today, and when it's when you're pulling your pitcher in the 3rd, he pitched 3 in a few innings, so you 3+ innings. When you're down that much, catch-up baseball is losing baseball, in my opinion.
Yep.
You spend the whole afternoon trying to catch and hoping that they don't even score more.
Exactly. Here, let me I'm gonna bring something up here.
Down too much too early.
Where is it that I wanted to see this?
What do you think of the bullpen right now, Eric? Like today's bullpen outing for
bullpen's fine right now. I'm not.
Yeah. But isn't that again the story of the Giants when our bullpen is suffering? We're lucky we'll get a couple of great outings back to back from our starters, and then with a starter. So we're very fortunate that when the starters are suffering, our bullpen seems to step it up. I'm not fussy. I don't know about you. I'm not fussy about the Rogers twins, baby.
Yeah,
I think there's some changes I'd make this upcoming offseason.
Taylor's okay. If you saw his numbers, he's got a sub-3 ERA, so that's not so bad.
Oh yeah, but Farhan. Well, I can't get rid of one and, or without the other. And I can't, he won't want to separate them because, Farhan's way, right?
Right.
We're family here. I can't get rid of him.
I'm going to dovetail into something that you were talking at the top of the show with the San Francisco Giants guys. Can anyone understand? And I put a tweet out there today and yesterday talking about, trying to comprehend Farhan's roster construction is an exercise in futility because there's it's every season he's always got to sign this guy, DF this guy, or reassign this guy, or go sign this guy who are marginal players, trying to piece together, trying to put that quote unquote, that magic, what do you call that? Capture magic in a bottle type of situation. And it's not working. Look, if you put together a solid roster, a solid 26-man roster, you don't have to worry about going out there and players trying to plug holes. I don't understand it. I'm tired of this platoon stuff. Look what has happened. First base is platooned. Second base is platooned. Corner outfielders are platooned. I mean, how many positions are you going to continually platoon to try to piece something together? How about you put together a roster where the guys will continually go through the entire season? I understand you have a bench. Not that long ago, on the bench, you had one guy who was a speedster. You had a couple of outfielders, an infielder, a catcher, and maybe even two infielders, 2 outfielders, a catcher, something like that. And you use them in the game, usually end game situations, not where every day, depending on who the damn starting pitcher is, that's who you're going to make. That's what your bench is consisted of. I can't understand that concept. I can't. And to me, it's losing baseball because honestly, other than 2021, the rosters that have been constructed by Farhan is not optimal for winning. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You might have a chance at a wild card, but who wants to do that? Let's put together a solid team 1 through 26 and get to work. Oh, I'm just tired of seeing this. A perfect example. I saw D-Shot, forever Giant Derek Hill gone. I mean, how many times has Farhan done this? It's just I don't like it. That type of baseball does not excite me. It doesn't exude confidence. It just seems he's just throwing shit against the wall and see what sticks. And I said
that to somebody yesterday. You took the words out of my mouth, Eric. Absolutely. I'm tired of these 1 week wonders.
Yes, it's stupid.
Gone.
Why?
And the funny thing, it's almost like I don't see a whole lot of that in the chat from day to day. A few of them, I see that, one guy here, D. Shot, our old pal, had made the comment, forever giant, Derek Hill. But, there doesn't seem to be a lot of people who get up in arms about this because can you imagine if we were looking at the White Sox or the Yankees or the Blue Jays or the Mets or any ball club in Major League Baseball who did what we do as far as that scenario, bring a guy in a week later, not just, he's gone. They caught him. They play him for a week and he's gone. And if this was another ball club, we'd be laughing at them, Eric. They would be laughing stocks. And sometimes I find that our fans, they've learned, they've learned to accept this. Take it for what it
stupid.
is.
No. I don't sit here and accept it. I mean,
I don't.
Who was that damn pitcher that they got in the beginning? Remember he sucked it up and he was gone.
Which one?
Exactly. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, man. It's just. It's a constant occurrence. And Alive Insurance brings up a great point, and I'm going to bring up something here. I was talking to Anonymous on Twitter, having a good conversation with him. And we talked about this when I was back on NorCal as well. So the Giants in the offseason gave Tom Murphy $8 million. Where the hell is Tom Murphy, guys? Where is he? Where's Tom Murphy? You paid him $4 million this year. Where the hell is he? Have you ever heard? Has anyone heard any status of where Tom Murphy is? Where the hell is he? What is he doing?
Case, but it was another case of Farhan going out there and going,
and look, you want to see what they gave away?
Look what I got. Look what I found. Thumping his chest, and these never work out, Eric.
And look at this. Look at Mr. Joey Bart, who you gave up.
Jesus.
Had 2 hits today. Batting .271. Has an .854 OPS. That hit. One of them, that was his 8th home run. His 8th home run. What are you doing, Farhan? What are you doing? And I understand people said, oh, yeah, maybe Bart just had to go, blah, blah, blah. Maybe he just needed to change the scenery. I don't know. But the guy is obviously putting up some numbers.
He was never given a chance. He was never given a chance, Eric.
No, well, I would agree. To an extent. And I think they were messing with his swing, possibly. Maybe Pittsburgh found something was wrong. I don't know. But something seems weird where you go out and pay $8 million for Tom Murphy, who got hurt, remember, in that Philadelphia series. He hurt his knee. All of a sudden, I haven't heard no updates. You hear all the updates on the pitchers and the position players, some other position players, but you'll hear nothing about Tom Murphy. So where's Tom Murphy? Anyone know?
The Pirates didn't have to tweak his bat, Eric. He stepped into his first game and hit a grand slam home run.
Yeah.
And I'm sick and tired of the Dalton Jeffries of the world.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the guy, Dalton Jeffries. That was the guy, that first pitcher. And he came up, they sent him down. He came back up again, then they DFA'd him. And then there's Bauman out there. Bivens, he's actually stuck. Who else? Wasn't there someone else out there that they brought up and they got rid of as well? I mean, it's just, I'm tired of it. Look, I'm not trying to. I'm not.
We got through a lot of pitchers, Eric. Landon Roop. Where's Roopy? Where's Landon Roop at?
Well, he needed more work in AAA. To be honest with you, I don't think he was quite. He wasn't quite ready.
Oh, Eric, you're messing around with. I don't know.
Same thing with Mason Black. They brought him up, and he wasn't ready to go yet.
Yeah.
So this is. Look, I'm not sitting here trying to freaking always talk bad about the Giants, but look at what they're doing. This is the issue that I'm having. And this has nothing to do because they lost today. This is how I feel, whether they win or lose. That's just, I don't like the way that this team has been constructed. And there has to be a change. I just don't like it. After Farhan's famous statement of having the best rotation in baseball, you got 2 outstanding performances in Webb and Ray, and you got 2 clunkers from Ray and Harrison. So I don't, there's too much. And again, the biggest thing that I've said about this team is consistency or the lack thereof. And if the Giants want to do something for getting into a wild card, you're going to have to play better ball. You cannot you cannot just go out there and have pitching performances like what Harrison had. Again, chalk it up maybe just a bad day. I mean, don't get me wrong, playing in Cincinnati is not easy. It's a small ballpark. The ball will travel, so it's not easy. But, I mean, this is you're in the race, right? If you want to make a wild card, you're going to have to make some noise. Now, it's not – look, does it mean that the season's over? Nope, it's not. But tomorrow, they have to win tomorrow. You got to win the series. If you win the series here in Cincinnati and you win the series in Washington, you're talking about a 5-2 road. That's good.
Know, do you think boy, I'll tell you.
I don't know. And they pull 3 wins out in Washington. That's going to be
series
tough.
in Washington. Yeah, you're looking at 3 out of 4. You win that series, you don't win 2 out of 3. You're winning 3 out of 4, Eric. That's
that's tough.
You know, when I look at this roster, that's a tough task.
Right.
And I'm going to throw 3 names at you, Eric.
Go for it.
And this sums up, in my opinion, the way, once again, Farhan has run this ball club. Drew Pomeranz. All right.
Right. Didn't they sign him and then he didn't even pitch and let him go?
Yep.
Didn't they do that?
Yep. I'm looking at some of the roster moves here. Drew Pomeranz.
I forgot they picked up Pomeranz. They never even activate him and they DFA'd him, right? Or something like that.
Just a list of these names that you go, come on. Ryan McKenna. Who else do we got here?
Ryan McKenna. Oh, he was just released today, a matter of fact.
Jackson Reitz.
Yeah, he was.
Hello. There you go.
But he was only
a home run. That was it. It was a home run and gone. Back.
He only came up because of Tom Murphy getting hurt. And then they went and got Casale, so then they got rid of Reitz.
Dalton Jeffries, Randy Rodriguez, of course, came up early. He's been up and down, but there's just been so many moves that I just question. And then we do get a guy that we don't like playing shortstop. He goes to the Dodgers, first game back against us, and he humiliates us. It's just a frustrating thing, isn't it? Trenton Brooks. And they sat Wilmer.
Yes, they did. Because
that tells you
what he lefty. That's the problem. Remember? Listen, Glenn, Eric, you got to understand how far
I understand.
It's
I understand.
maddening.
I understand the philosophy, but the Farhan system is bullshit.
Yeah, see, and that's why I harp on it. That's why I'm continually hammering this home, because it's just not good baseball.
And you're talking, Eric, about them winning 3 out of 4 against Washington.
That's not going to be easy. That is not exactly. They're 12 under on the road. They're horrible on the road. But you got to at least win this damn series, right? Worst case scenario, or not worst case. Worst case scenario should be you split in Washington.
And look, our chatters in there tonight. They know the stats. The road has not been good to us this year.
No, it hasn't. It has not been good.
Trent Brooks, good God. I had to bring him up, didn't I? Jesus.
But that's if you ever studied Farhan's roster construction, it makes total sense.
Kyle's got a good point, Eric.
It says you got to be 500 on the road or close to be for the win at home decent. But you got to at least be 500 on the road. Correct. That is kind of like the formula for a successful season. You want to be 500 on the road.
12 under doesn't cut it, Eric.
12 under does not cut it. That's
the prime example of why we just cannot settle at the 500 mark for a season.
Right.
Everybody's always tantalized. Oh, we're within 2. Now we're 3 games on it. We fluctuate. We can almost get up the mountain and we hit an icy patch. We're down again. We got to keep the climbing down, and they can never get over the hill. And we won't. We won't play in Farhan baseball.
Inconsistency.
See, there you go.
That's what it is. Watch who's pitching. Okay, who's pitching tomorrow, Glenn, for the Reds and for the Giants.
You want the updated line on that one? We got Robbie Ray going back to the hill tomorrow against Carson Spires.
And what's he, a lefty or a righty?
Spires is a right-handed pitcher at 4-2 and a 3.46 ERA.
Okay.
You know what we've seen from Robbie.
So then you're going to see Wade at first. You're going to see Yaz They might have him in center because Ramos will probably not play. But Yaz and Conforto will be in the outfield.
Yeah.
Wisely may be at second base. We'll see. He might get to start over Schmidt tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if they do that because they got to get a win. So they'll probably put Schmidt at second base. Of course, Fitzgerald will be at short. Chapman will be at third.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ooh, is it a day game tomorrow?
Tomorrow's game.
Yeah, it's early, right? So
it's an early start. I told you it's
will catch.
Like I got to tune in tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the game.
Yeah, Casale will probably catch. Usually,
and that's a game, Eric. But this is a game this becomes a got-to-win game.
Well, you got to manage Bailey, man. You don't want to run him in the ground.
That's the
problem. That's the problem.
This is where the crap is hitting the wall, Eric, because you've got. Am I old school? Am I too old school that we set a lineup? You got the guys who go to war for you. You pay them. This is your lineup. This is your roster. Put them out there. I mean, go get them. I'm just tired of computerized baseball.
And that's what you're going to get.
Stratomatic baseball.
Right. And that's again what you're going to get. That's just how that's how the Giants play it.
But we could pick a team. We could pick any of these teams. I could bring up a roster for today. For example, we could go to, let's see, what do I bring up? Atlanta. Let me bring up where I got to find them. Okay, Atlanta Braves. Soler, Riley, Ozuna, Olsen, Arcia, Darno, Rosario, Kelenic, and Merrifield. It's the same lineup basically as yesterday. And the day, well, not the day before, but Soler will lead off.
And you know what?
Today.
You know what they don't take in consideration? They don't take in consideration the handedness of the starting pitcher that they're going to face.
Exactly. There you go.
Yes.
Like Stratomatic baseball, it's like you play your card. You're lefty. Well, we go righty. This is Jesus, Eric. I know it's nothing we haven't talked about before, and we'll be talking about it for a long time to come while Farhan and this organization continue to treat the ball club the way they do, to manage it in this direction.
All right, since you brought up
Eric, am I old school? Do you believe we should just throw the lefty righty out the window for the most part and just get a team in there and play? Let them play.
Put the best players in the lineup every single day. Granted, there's times they have to take some rest. That's fine. But you put out the same lineup every single day. When you get to the end game situations and you got to get a matchup, okay, that's fine. Go ahead and do that matchup. But every day they should be at least they should be all getting at least 3 at-bats, at least, right?
I'll give you a philosophy that I told Bernice on the drive home to do the show tonight. We were out doing some shopping in Daly City because it was a road game. So she wanted to stop by Costco, and I was humming over this roster, listening to the game on the radio. You know what I surmised for Bernice today? Eric, if you tune into your local favorite radio show, and that's my background radio, okay? You tune into your favorite radio show, and the morning show host on your favorite rock station is hired under a 3-year contract.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say he has a bad show on Friday. Management doesn't, you don't turn on the radio Monday and say, "Hi, it's Sherry Scott, and I'm in today on the morning show." No, your morning show host is your morning show host.
Right.
And why are we flipping players off the roster, on the roster? Oh my God, it drives me batty. And that's one of the complaints I've had about guys that I cheer for, like Wilmer Flores. How can you get any stability in your playing style or your efforts when you have no idea if you're even going to be on the roster any given day?
Yes, exactly.
I grew up watching baseball, and I knew that no matter what day I grew up in Canada. We watched the Montreal Expos. They were the national game of choice.
Yeah.
You knew the roster every day.
Mm-hmm.
You knew Warren Cromartie was playing first, lefty, righty, it didn't matter. You knew Doug Flynn was on the roster. You knew what the third baseman was. You knew who was in the outfield. You didn't have to, let's go to the stat. Let's check the lineup for today. And that's just the way the Giants run this ball club, and I'll never accept it, Eric. I'll just never accept it.
And this is what happened,
Pisses me off.
And it wasn't that long ago where, the Giants put out the players every single day. 2021, same players went out there every single day, except for injuries. Of course, injuries are different. Every single day it was the same lineup. It was after that season in 2022. From 2022 to now, it has been nothing but extreme Farhanian baseball, and it just doesn't work. What has it gotten you? What has it gotten you? 2022, you got 500. 2023, you were below 500. 2024, yet to be determined. We don't know. But this is, again, this is not the recipe of good winning baseball. And unfortunately, it's not going to change until there's a change at the baseball, the baseball operations position. It's going to be the same. It's horrible. And I can't stand watching it. It's just how can a club who had such a fantastic moment last night with throwing that no-hitter, and then the next day you come out and it just totally just squashes all that good energy, squashes it. And I'm just, man, frustrating.
Yeah.
To say the least, frustrating. Hey, since you brought up the out-of-town scores here a bit ago, let's get into the out-of-town scoreboard, Glenn.
And now, a Giant Sports Talk Live scoreboard update.
The LA Dodgers have turned around another day on the ballpark. Remember last night, Ohtani, ninth inning, got him within a run. They're going to go on to victory tonight. They're in the ninth inning. They got a couple of runners on, nobody out over across the bay from me where I sit right now in Oakland, and the Dodgers are up 4-0. And I believe the Mets are holding the lead, Eric.
Yeah, to look at that. They're at the bottom of the seventh. Mets are holding on to a 2-run lead. It's 4-2 down in Anaheim. Real quick, back to the Dodgers. Who's pitching for the Dodgers, by the way? Do you know?
Right now?
Who started, I should say.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who started the game? That was, oh boy, see? Jack Flaherty.
Jack Flaherty.
Trade.
What was his line? I don't want to bring it up because
today, Flaherty, he went 6 innings, no runs, a walk, 7 Ks. He gave up 5 hits. Now there's a quality starting effort, and they picked him up on trade deadline.
Trade deadline, exactly. All right, over here in Seattle, what do they got going on there, Glenn?
In Seattle today, the Mariners on home field taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. It's 5-2 in that game. Just getting an update. There's a couple of runners on in that matchup, and let's see. Mitch Haniger's at the plate. He's already 2 for 2. Jeff Hoffman's pitching as we speak in that one. But Phillies with a 5-2 lead. Couple of ducks on the pond right now. Mariners still within striking distance in that game, Eric.
All right.
Another big day for Aaron Judge, though, isn't there?
Oh, my gosh. Down in the Bronx, Yankees destroy the Blue Jays 8-3. Judge with his 41st home run of the year. And he crushed it.
Mm-hmm. The Cardinals and the Cubs hooked up in a close one. It's now a day game. Final score 5-4. Cardinals on top.
There you go. Nationals pull out a victory against the Brewers 6-4. It looks like Luis Garcia Jr. homers to pad the Nationals lead. That is going to be the next club that we face, the Washington Nationals in Washington after tomorrow's day game.
Michael Lorenzen, he went 5 innings today, only gave up a run. You may remember Texas dealt him to Kansas City, but the Tigers beat up on the Kansas City bullpen today in a 6-5 victory. That was 11 innings. The bullpen couldn't get anything done in the extra affair there.
And then we talked about this a little bit earlier. The Pirates pull off a victory against the Diamondbacks. Again, Joey Bart hits his 8th home run, batting .271. He has an over at 800 OPS. But yeah, Giants wind up shipping him off to the Pirates. Ryan Reynolds gave the Pirates a lead when he hit a 2-run home run.
The Red Sox were in action this afternoon as well. Boston Red Sox posting a 7. What was it? Oh, they lost 7-4. I beg your pardon. I had caught part of that game early. It was 7-4 the final score for Texas. Boston early had quite a few hits, a couple of runs, but couldn't hold on to it. 7-3.
It's not enough. Exactly. And then kind of a foregone conclusion. Twins beat the White Sox 6-2. Look at that record with the White Sox. Goodness. 27 wins and 86 losses.
Doesn't get much worse.
Ah, that's
Yikes.
bad.
I thought it would be the series of the weekend, Eric. And it appears to be just that. You had a great one again today. Baltimore with the victory over the Guardians. They picked up their 66th win. Look at the records of these clubs. Orioles 66-46, Guardians 67-43.
Right there, exactly.
That's as even as it gets. But the Orioles bats were hot today, including Gunnar Henderson's. He had a good day. 7-4 the final score, and the Orioles pounded out 15 hits. Good game, 6 1/3 from Zach Eflin, as he gave up only 5 hits and a couple of runs in that game.
And look at that away record for Baltimore, 32-21. Whew.
Our chat mentioned it. If you're going to be a winning ball club, you got to win on the road. You can't be 12 out like the Giants.
No, you can't. And then, of course, the San Francisco Giants and the Reds, we already talked about that since we covered the Giants. The Reds unleashed the home run ball against Mr. Kyle Harrison. Kyle Harrison. They hit 4 home runs against them. Chased them out of the game after only 3 2/3, and the Reds go on to win 6-4.
Rays had a victory today. Eric, how's that one looking? I think they had a lot of hits in that game.
Yeah, look at that. 6-1 against the Astros in Houston.
Yeah,
so
13 hits for the Rays.
13 hits. That's a lot. That's quite a bit of hits for the Rays. Absolutely. So they took it to the Astros. Were able to beat them 6-1.
Soler leads off again, scored a run, but it wasn't enough. Marlins 4-3. It's always fun for me. Sometimes guys just want to let it all go, but I like to see what the guys we've dealt do in the second half of the season, especially at trade deadline. And today,
you know, it's crazy. Marlins, they traded away 9 players and they still pull out a win.
They pull off the win. So isn't baseball a very strange game? And not only does Miami pick up the win today over the Braves, I mentioned yesterday, Soler never got a chance to even take a look and touch and feel the grass at Oracle Park. Starts another one. He's going to be a right fielder. He's out in right field again today, despite that loss. Let's head over to San Diego. What you got for me, Eric?
Padres pull it out against the Rockies, 3-2, close game. Look at that. Each only 5 hits each. Not a very offensive-minded game, but yeah, look at that. Padres pull out the victory. They're still in their winning ways. Look at that. Yeah. They're 12 games above 500. It's going to be hard to catch because you got to think about that. To catch the Padres got to lose and the Giants got to win. You got both things have to happen. And that's going to be pretty damn difficult.
Thanks for joining us here on Giant Sports Talk Live. Eric, can you bring the scoreboard up before we close it out for this particular portion of our broadcast? Because we have some interesting updates from around Major League Baseball and the 3 games that remain in action
bring it back up
now.
Bring it back up.
I will be able to tell you the Dodgers have ripped it open now in the 9th inning. They have an 8-0 lead over the Dodgers. Remember the Phillies in Seattle? I mentioned Haniger was up.
Yeah, I
Take a
saw
look at
that.
the update.
Yeah, I saw that.
It is now 5.
What is going on with the Phillies? They haven't been playing very good ball, man. They haven't.
I wanted to see what happened in that last inning there.
Now it's 9-0 Dodgers over the Athletics.
When the Dodgers turn it on, you know, they can really.
They can. They got that lineup.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. There
you go. Scoreboard update. And that's what we'll do from time to time. Well, like each evening or in a particular instance.
If there's any big
on the day. Hey, coming up Monday, Morning Live. It's Giant Sports Talk Live, 10 a.m. in the morning. And we have got more Giants talk. We'll get you geared up for your daily dose of baseball. And I guess come Monday, Eric, we'll be talking about that Washington series.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's one thing Washington does. They always play the Giants hard. It's not going to be easy. So we'll see how the Giants do. Again, we've talked about it. If they want to make any move, they're going to have to win that series. That means you're going to win 3 of 4 in Washington. Not going to be easy.
Two teams going in different. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, especially the way that the Giants have been hitting.
2 teams going in different directions. AB?
Phillies are choking. Yes. Matter of fact, let me bring that up real quick.
And Padres on a roll.
Let's bring up the wild card so we could get an idea of what they've done over the last 10 here. All right, here we go. Actually, it's not going to show. I know what I need to do. go back here to
because I know the Giants had pulled within 4.5.
Look at that. They've lost 5 in a row. They're 2-8 over their last 10 for the Philadelphia Phillies. Look at it. I mean, the Atlanta Braves can still make a move. I mean, even the Mets can kind of make a move. If the Phillies keep in their losing ways, these two teams can make a run for the division there in the NL East. It's going to be interesting.
You've already seen a dose of Miracle Mets this year. They were so far out, Eric. They were calling them the worst team in baseball about 45 days ago.
Yep, and look over their last 10. They're 7-3 over their last 10. Braves are 6-4 over their last 10. And unfortunately, like I said, the Phillies are not trending in the right direction. As AB correctly surmised, the Phillies are choking. They're choking. Yeah. And we can take a look at let's take a look at the wild card.
Even the Marlins in that division are 5-5 in their last 10.
Yep. Giants are still 4.5 out. Cincinnati Reds right behind them at 5.5. They're both.
You know the one thing now, you know what I take from that, Eric? You're going to take a look at a few stats, but right off the bat, look at the first stats line. Giants 55 wins.
55.
Pittsburgh 56. St. Louis 57. Boy, we're a couple of hot games. You can just, with a bit of luck, a couple of teams lose, you get a couple of wins, you can leapfrog a few teams here in a hurry.
You could, but things have to go your direction. And look, you can't. When's the last time the San Francisco Giants have been 500?
Opening day?
I think it was late May. Early June was the last time they hit 500. They were there for a little bit and then right back down below 500. And it's going to be hard to do anything.
So we head into tomorrow's action. What do you expect tomorrow? What kind of outing? It's I
don't know. We'll see.
For Robbie Ray. Good one.
It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what Robbie Ray's going to do. He had that fantastic outing against the Dodgers, but then he came up against what was it? Was it the Rockies? No, who was it they played? Yeah, wasn't it the Rockies that they played?
Rockies.
And he got decimated. That was not good. So where's Robbie Ray going to be this time? I don't know.
Oh, it wasn't the Rockies, Eric. I was at the
Who was it that they played? Who was it that they played? Who was it that Ray went against and he got? Well, it was the A's, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Oakland.
It was Oakland.
It was Oakland.
My bad.
Look at the scoreboard here.
That's right, because I said they got those bats. Yeah, they were hammering them. That's right. He gave up 3 or 4 home runs. Remember?
So the joys of Robbie Ray. You go to L.A. and you play down there, and you had that awesome game.
Yes.
Then you come home on a home court to play the Oakland A's, and he didn't pitch all too well.
Nope. I mean, Giants got to do something. Giants are going to have to do something here. They're going to have to make a run. I don't know what it's going to take to do to make this run happen, but a lot of it's going to be predicated on the starting rotation. Remember, you're relying on 2 young kids, Harrison and Birdsong, part of the rotation. You got some veterans in there, and Webb and Snell and Ray, but let's see how they do. Let's see how they do. What's up, Anonymous? Yes, it was the A's. My bad. It wasn't the Rockies. It was the A's. Adi says Ray has ace-like stuff, and Harrison is more finesse. To be honest, I never saw Harrison becoming this star pitcher everyone said he would. It's interesting because the big talk of Harrison coming out was saying he's got the high velocity from the left side. He's got a great slider. His velocity isn't exactly like mind-blowing.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what shows. You know what shows a lack of consistency? Exactly what Alive brings up.
Glenn, the Giants have not won more than 4 games in a row all year. I think they've only done it, 2 or 3 times this year, running 4 in a row, and then they lose.
Yep.
Exactly, Adi. Yeah. The high velocity is not there for Kyle Harrison. Maybe they're telling him to not throw as hard for the simple fact.
95 once.
Yeah, see, it's not. And he's got a lot of deception in his delivery, so I can understand the lower velocity he can play. That's fine. But with these major league hitters, man, and another thing with him is if he can't command the ball, you're in for a long game. It sucks, man. He's got all these high hopes. He was touted to be the best left-handed prospect coming out of baseball or coming out of the minor leagues. And, don't get me wrong. He's done okay. I mean, he's got a 4 ERA. He's still young. He's still figuring it out. I get it. But when you're putting all this pressure on the kid because you're in the middle of a playoff run, that's kind of unfair to him to a certain extent. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure he enjoys the challenge. I'm not going to say that he doesn't enjoy the challenge, but that you're putting a lot on this kid, especially when it's his first full season as a starting pitcher.
Eric and Glenn here on Giant Sports Talk Live. Welcome into a Saturday night after a 6-4 setback in Cincinnati. Yep. Coming up on Monday, Eric, you and I will be welcoming in our newest sponsor, Lefty's Sports Cards at 1859 El Camino Real, Burlingame. You can drop by there 7 days a week, so no matter what your schedule, you can get your Giants autographs and game-worn material and photos. I even saw a Wilmer Flores signed jersey there today. So they host autograph sessions on site, so you can meet your favorite players over there. You can also get your favorite players' autographs there. They, have a couple coming up, Eric. I might, if you will allow me, I can mention some of the autograph sessions coming up. Lefties will welcome San Francisco Giants legend Dusty Baker coming up August 31st at 11 a.m. You can contact the store to get details on how you can get his autograph. And coming up on the 18th, for an hour and a half, 6 to 7:30 p.m., you can drop by Lefties in Burlingame and meet Tyler Fitzgerald. For all your memorabilia needs, even if you really want to rush out there and get something signed by our dear friend number 41, Wilmer Flores, drop by Lefties. New sponsor of the show coming Monday.
All right, there you go. I love the Lefties. Not so high on the Wilmer Flores there.
Easy.
All right, Anonymous says, we should be more concerned with his delivery, talking about Kyle Harrison. He has a yo-yo, pull the string, follow through that lays credence to injury. Are you talking about how when he delivers, he kind of does that yank back? I noticed that. I noticed that's a weird delivery. His leg goes kicking out, and then he pulls that arm straight back. Is that what you mean by the yo-yo? Because I find it very odd when I see him deliver the ball. Just let me. I know there's a little bit of delay, so I'll wait for your response there, AA. All right, what do you got there, Glenn?
Well, what else can we talk about on a Saturday night after a 6-4 loss? Also want to mention that we are proud sponsors of Signatures for Soldiers. Eric, anybody who has a chance can go back on the YouTube or various platforms, find the interview we did with the
fantastic interview
of that on Thursday, I believe it was. And it was a great prelude to your military history chronicles. A lot of you who are out there in the audience know that Eric does a great job with Will B.
Thank you.
From time to time, they'll drop by for military history chronicles. You will be entertained and you will leave very much in the know. And you've been covering, you cover political stuff, you cover things from history.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to you earlier today just by text. I caught a great show, and boy, it was riveting talking about D-Day. It was actually Olympic coverage because they're over in France.
Because they're in France. Gotcha. And it's the 80th anniversary. Yeah. It's fantastic. And I know you said you're going to catch a movie tonight, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you've been trying to talk to me. Now we're leaning one way or the other. I was going Private Ryan, and you said no.
Band of Brothers. If you got a choice, Band of Brothers.
Never seen it.
Band of Brothers. Got to watch it.
I guess I'm watching Band. If Eric
Band
says
of Brothers.
I'm watching Band of Brothers, I'm watching Band of Brothers.
Yes.
My brother has spoken.
Yeah. Band of Brothers. 100%.
All right.
It's no, you can't watch it all in one because it's like 10 hours worth of stuff. But yeah, watch them in their different episodes. You won't be disappointed.
By the amount of platooning, you will never realize what you have. Indeed, Kyle. Indeed.
You have to have everyday consistency and then understand what you got. Yes. It's worked in baseball for over 100 years, right? I don't know why Farhan's got to try to change it up, but he does. And then Anonymous say, yes, that's what we're talking about. When you deliver, you ever watch when Kyle Harrison delivers the ball? I can't throw left because I'm not a lefty. But when he throws, he throws and then you could see an arm pull right back after he delivers. It's really strange. Take a look at it. Pay attention next time he throws a game, or if you see some of the previews, it's really odd. Really odd.
Yeah.
Colts.
What do you know, Eric? What do you know about now? I'm a Giant fan, but I'm not too much in the know when it comes to our minor league pitching. What do we got? What do we got coming up the pipe from the minor leagues? Maybe in the next year or so.
I know you got Carson
Whisenhunt.
You got Whisenhunt. That's the big one. I know you got what's that kid's name? I can't think of it. The big
lefty.
lefty.
A couple of guests we could get on.
Oh,
soon,
Crawford.
Minors.
Crawford. He's a big left-handed thrower, got a fireball. I think he might be more of a reliever. I don't know because they're really just throwing him 2 innings at a time. I don't know if they're slow rolling him or whatever, but he was one. Who's another guy I know Mason Black and Landon Roop have been out there. I'm not sure exactly what they've been doing, but those are the ones that come to mind. I don't know if there's any in AA or AAA. The guy who knows, check out Even Year Dynasty, Cody. That guy knows minor league baseball, 100%.
Maybe you can get Cody to come on. We'll do
we'll have to get him on one of these days. Yeah, absolutely, man.
Because if anybody's got his finger in the pulse of the minor league operation,
100%.
Cody does a great job.
And another guy, if you want to talk minor leagues, the guy you got to be keeping an eye on is, of course, Bryce Eldridge. Bryce Eldridge, man, he might be on the fast track here. The guy's doing some great things, so we'll see what happens. Yeah,
Hey,
anonymous.
Hey, can I get back to our sponsor one quickly and say that Lefties will be joining us on Monday. We hope Monday. We'll probably get them on board Monday. They've agreed to a sponsorship package. They're going to support us. We do appreciate it because we're only a week in. We need all the help we can get, right? Make this a great platform for Giants Talk for the long haul, Eric. Now, I got to tell you, and I kind of felt kind of silly. They talked me to join them on one of their platforms a couple of years ago. Monday nights online, early in the evening. You could catch this before Giants Sports Talk Live on Monday nights. They have singles nights. So I thought, it's a great chance to meet ladies who collect. I wasn't even, apparently they just talk about the hottest selling singles in baseball cards. Who's hot, who's not. Oh, did I have egg on my face? I said, I thought it was like it was like a match center. It was singles night. Nah, didn't quite cut it. But anyway, they're going to be on again this coming Monday night, so you can check out their singles night on Facebook platform, Lefty Sports. Lefty Sports, Monday night, 6:30. When they wrap up, come on over here for Giant Sports Talk Live. We'll be talking Washington Nationals baseball coming up Monday night, Eric.
Yep, absolutely. We'll see what's going on. Grand Admiral chimes in, Operation Market Garden. Good old Monty, man. Good old Monty. Yeah, he sucked that one up. Anyways. Look at this. Anonymous says, I worked Hunter Green out when he was in high school. Great kid, great pitcher. And I had him talk to my son's little league team a couple of times. That's awesome.
Cool.
Is Hunter Green a California kid? I'm not sure. I honestly, I really don't know much about Hunter Green. I know that he tossed a great game. I know he was hyped up in their organization for the last couple of years. Guy's got some electric stuff. But he had a hell of a game today, man. He made the Giants look foolish. Had 11 strikeouts today.
Hunter Green is from the LA area, Southern California.
Hey, what's up, senior? Hey, look who just showed up.
Oh, well, I got a bone to pick with Chardal. He was on your military history channel the other night. We said, Chardell, come on in tomorrow night. We're going to put you on the show live. You can come on and talk Giants baseball for a full segment with us. Never showed up, and I know where he was. So,
look at
Chardell, got a problem there, buddy.
And now, Chardal with another Giant Sports Talk Live commentary.
Look what he had to say. Imagine that. Can you send me the link?
Where were you the other night? We offered him the link. We kept saying, Chardell, come on in, come in. And then I come to find out he was said, I'll be there. And I know where he was at, Eric.
It's all good. It's all good.
He never showed up.
He could go wherever he wants.
Oh, absolutely. But he was so pumped up to come on our show.
He
said, tomorrow night, you're coming on. And then no, he didn't show up. Where were you, Chardal?
It's all good. Bridge Too Far. Yeah, that's another good movie. Yep. Notre Dame High School. Family lives in Valencia near Magic Mountain. Man.
Chardal is sucking up now to you, Eric.
There is, of course. Yeah, of course. That's Chardal, man. That is Chardal. It wouldn't be Chardal if he didn't suck up to the host. 100%.
Yeah, he loves you, though. I got to admit that. He loves you.
Yeah, but he's been a dedicated supporter everywhere that I've gone. He's a good kid. Good kid. Yeah, Valencia, Magic Mountain, man. I tell you what, that brings back memories every time driving down to Disneyland from Northern California. Of course, driving down I-5. One of the landmarks as you're driving down south is to see good old Magic Mountain off your right-hand side as you're driving south. Yeah, that's always it always gives me a nice warm fuzzy when I see Magic Mountain. It's like, oh, only a couple hours away from Disneyland. Good stuff.
Chardal says he had to work till 10:30, so we'll take that under advisement. We'll discuss that with management, see if we can give him a second chance there, Eric.
There we go. Senior wants to know, Anonymous, are you a pitching coach? Trying to find out what's the status of our chat members. The log right at Magic Mountain. There you go.
Interesting.
Never did go to Magic Mountain. Passed it a million times. Just never went to it. Then again, my daughter was a lot younger then, and she wasn't all into those type of rides at the time. But still, it was always good to see. Always gave me a good feeling. I'm getting close to my destination. All right.
I wasn't too fussy about the log ride, Eric.
I love the log ride.
Did you like the log ride?
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I've taught some.
Kyle brings in some more stats and facts, doesn't he?
He is basically 100+ win. At least your team year in and year out. I don't care because they still don't do shit. I just want San Francisco to be an 88 and 92 win in and out. Oh, 88 to 92 wins. Well, if you do that, you're doing something decent. I lean more to the 92. I don't like the 88. No, I didn't. How was SummerSlam? Was it good? I might have to take a look at it a little bit later and find out what exactly happened. Anything big?
Yeah.
Got Senior in here. What's up, Senior? Good to see you, dude. Good to see you.
Hey, is Senior ever going to come on and tell us about that road trip or what? I was pretty excited to learn more about that.
Maybe when you get the phone line, maybe he'll call in on the phone line. We'll see.
Yeah, I'd love to have him on the show. Either on we're going to have the phone line next week. You can call into the show. We'll have a little ticker on the screen with a live telephone number. During show times, you can call in. We'll put you on the air, and that's for those of you who are shy out there. And if you want to jump on the show,
we can always throw the link out. I think Chardal wants to join. I don't know if you want to throw out the link or not.
Let's do it once, Eric. Let's do it and see. If he behaves himself, we'll add him to our roster, our stable of talent.
Our stable of look at that, Chardal. You're part of the stable of talent. Well, maybe you might be.
Oh, I said maybe, Eric.
Maybe.
I said, well, he hasn't garnered that status yet.
Yeah. Alive says it looks like a 3-4 road trip, mate. We'll see tomorrow. Alive, it's going to be important. They're going to have to win that series tomorrow. It's going to be tough. It's going to be
split?
Tough.
I'm calling Eric.
They may split. I think
anything better than a split. If we're lucky, it'll be a split in Washington.
He's in an Uber right now.
Who is?
So he cannot join. So why'd you say send the link? Come on, Chardal. Don't be asking for the link if you're in a Uber.
Sounds like when I didn't do my homework when I was in junior high school. Excuses.
Glenn is in for a treat.
Oh, I've been down this road before, right, Eric?
Over on NorCal, absolutely. We brought you in.
You brought me in. I was a special guest host over on NorCal one night, and we had some callers come in, but none quite like Chardal.
Yep. Yes, a bridge too far. Yep, part of Market Garden. Yep.
Could go sideways quickly. Well, I guess so.
Coming home in 2 minutes.
Abraham, where you been, baby?
Yeah, no, you haven't missed any. Glenn has actually been doing
I've
pretty
been well
good
behaved tonight, haven't I? We've had too much to talk about as far as the Giants game today and what we're expecting next week, Eric. We're talking
It's
a lot
just
of
crazy,
baseball.
man. Today it's just such a difference compared to last night. You're just like, how? It's almost like you're shell shocked to a certain extent. It's like you're on this high. Oh, the Giants, man. Woo, got a no-hitter, man. We're cooking. Because the game before that, Logan Webb had the complete game shutout. We're like, maybe we're doing something. And then you had this type of outing, and you're just like,
anybody in the chat want to come on? We'd love to hear from you.
Get your takes.
Giants baseball. Eric's going to post up the link, and you can join us.
I'm going to
listen. Tom, thanks for
sure until he comes on. Yeah, I can't blame you, Tom.
Maybe I don't know what we're in for.
Have you seen him at any other times coming on shows, or only that one time?
Just the one time I was hosting with you.
Okay.
Over on NorCal.
Okay,
and that's why I was one of the reasons.
I'll sit back and let it go.
Well, you're going to host the thing. You have pedigree when it comes to this this interview.
I have yeah, I know how to handle. I know how to handle them. I know how. Top 5 World Wars. That's pretty good, D-Shot. Top 5 World Wars. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Ibrahim, I can't believe we had an entire lineup that struggles with the fastball. It's a fastball league. Well, yeah. Thanks, Tom. Oh. Chardal has a better voice than Glenn coming from Audie. Oh, that's tough.
I thought Audie wanted to go to game with me. I'll be sitting.
Hey, all of them.
Audie can go to the ball game with Chardal, and they'll have their bleacher seats. I'm going to be in the box seat, I guess, all by myself.
Oh, man.
Hey, you and I are going to hook up for game 2 pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to have to.
I know you're kidding.
Yeah, we got it, Audie. We know.
Hey, do you think Audie wants to come on tonight? He was such a great guest earlier in the week. If you missed it, Audie brought some great takes on Giants baseball. And maybe he caught some of the game today. He wants to tell us what he thinks of today's outing. What he predicts next week.
Oh, what he predicts for tomorrow, maybe. We'll see. Again, Robbie Ray, it's really hard to determine what kind of outing that Robbie Ray is going to give you tomorrow, just because both of them were so freaking diametrically opposed to each other. I mean, I don't know. Maybe somewhere in the middle. Indeed,
Audie did. Great guest. Any of you guys who are in the chat?
Yes.
Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week, we'll be on Talking Giants Baseball. Coming up Monday, it's Giants Sports Talk Live Morning Edition. Join us just after, I believe, 10 a.m. We'll be teeing up the day's activities, not only the Giants, but around Major League Baseball, who's hot, who's not, and what we expect on game days. So look at your rosters, pitching staffs, and the like. Still hoping somebody from the chat will want to join us because we want to make this as interactive.
Audie said he'll come in after Chardal. He'll come, so he'll
big shoes to follow.
Oh, Chardal is now home.
Apparently, Chardal. I've got a studio audience here, and I'm telling them Chardal is apparently
Chardello. Chardello.
Oh my!
All right,
here's a live take from Alive Insurance. He predicts the Soler will have a big series on the rebound against.
Oh, that's right. I forgot Soler will be back in Oracle Park on August. Is it 13th? Is that the first game? So it's middle of August. I forgot he's coming back.
You know what'll be odd in that series, Eric? If he plays, if he's healthy, he's playing. He'll be batting leadoff.
I don't get it.
We may see him actually in the outfield for Atlanta.
Oh, you might.
What
that's what they've been doing, right?
What a concept.
Wow.
An outfielder playing the outfield.
Wow. That's amazing, man.
As far testing, is Farhan out there?
Oh, God. All right. Chardal says he's home. I'll put out the link. Let's see what.
Put out the link. Chardal can come on briefly. You notice I added that, Eric, briefly.
Briefly.
Yeah. Well, you're right, Abraham. Absolutely. Abraham says, look at Nick Ahmed.
Yeah. He hit the
ago, wasn't
he
it?
hit the go-ahead,
I believe.
go-ahead run. He did.
Yeah.
Tom, this is fun. Hey, I'm glad you're having fun, man. That's what it's all about. Out here having fun. Look, it sucks because there's a lot of times I'm talking bad about the damn Giants, but that's all they're giving me right now, man. I mean, it's hard to stay positive when there's so much inconsistency. I don't want to fall into the line of being just a Pollyanna. I'm not Pollyannish when it comes to the San Francisco Giants. I'm just not.
One thing that Eric and I agreed to when we took on the role of hosts of this new Giants platform was we were going to make this interactive, and it was going to be very much about our chat and having the guys come on with us, talk about their tweets and their texts and whatever you call these things, the chat in general. And we wanted to make it a very interactive show. So we appreciate all you guys for posting up some fun facts, your takes. And when people want to come on the show, like Chardal.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, Glenn and Eric.
Chardal, how you doing, buddy?
It's great being on the show.
What is up, Chardal? Good to see you,
It's my first time on the show, man. It's a new show.
Yes, it is. The inaugural Chardal appearance on Giants Sports Talk Live. Real quick, Senior says Slater is on the Orioles and is leading off. They got him leading off.
Hey, Chardal, you told us you couldn't make the show even though we rolled out the red carpet the other night. Were you working?
I was working. I couldn't join the show.
What do you do?
I work at Great America. I couldn't join the show.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you couldn't come in. You were working today, so you didn't even get a chance to see the Giants, did you?
So what were your thoughts on the Giants' performance?
Eric,
and how do you think they're going to bounce back?
Eric, you can okay, I'll be right back.
So what were you saying again, Chardal? You're talking about bounce backs?
So what were your thoughts on the performance by the Giants, and how do you think they're going to bounce back against Cincinnati?
Performance by the Giants was not very good. Kyle Harrison looked pretty bad. The bats, they kind of came alive, but there was a lot of solo shots. No guys were on base. And and the rest was history. You got Hunter Green going out there dealing against the Giants. Giants were able to get to the bullpen, which was nice to see, but it was too much of a deficit to overcome, and unfortunately they took the loss.
Eric, what made you start this new Giants show right after every Giants game?
Yeah, you know how I am, Chardal. You know I like talking about the Giants, so there we go. That's how it began. Love talking Giants. 365 days a year, Chardal. Can you believe it? 306, even on Christmas. After you open up your gifts there, Chardal, on Christmas Day, come over here on Giant Sports Talk Live, and you can open some gifts here.
Eric, what are some tips to give the San Francisco Giants if they want to win Game 3?
Well, there's no tips I can give. It's all about Mr. Farhan Zaidi and his roster construction. So it's, what can we do? The Giants have the players who they have, and, unfortunately, it's not exactly consistent. It's not consistent, and it's hard. And the Giants bats have to wake up. You got to get hits with runners in scoring position. Now, granted, today there wasn't very many runners in scoring position. I don't think, as a matter of fact, I don't think there was one runner on in scoring position. So that really didn't come through. But
Glenn,
they got to.
Glenn Farhan is one of the worst owners in the MLB right now. He has made some horrible moves. He traded away Jorge Soler. How are you going to trade away Jorge Soler? He's having the best time of his career, and you end up trading him away to Atlanta. What were your thoughts on the move? And do you think it was the worst movie ever made?
All right, Eric is going to, in the background, get the stats up, I believe, for Soler, while I tackle that very comment. And you know what? We appreciate you taking time to join us on the show tonight. You're always welcome. We hope you'll come back and be another guest and stick around with us. Thanks, buddy.
Can I stay on the show and wait for the other guests to come in?
What do you think, Eric? We got Adi who's standing by in the green room. He wants to come on the show, but we'll take a look at Soler.
Can you bring the other guests?
Hold on. There you go. Time you out here and put you in the green room. Eric, Chardal says that Jorge Soler is having the pretty much the best time of his career. And I would call that into question, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Batting 236, 12 home runs. Not the best player on the Giants.
Stolen base.
That's a typical player.
He's an outfielder, like I mentioned a few minutes ago, Eric. He's an outfielder, never got to play outfield in San Francisco.
Well, they signed him to be a damn DH. So, there you go.
With all the problems that we've had in the outfield this year, Eric, I don't buy that excuse.
I hear you.
You know, that is a problem. Haven't we seen that many? Well, I know it was a one-off last weekend, Med pulling the home run. But, Eric, how many times do you see a guy who gets traded away and then has the success?
Yeah. Exactly. None of it's on tips for the Giants. Score more runs than the Reds. Yes, that always works every time. Scoring more runs than your opponent. Hey, a guy called Ed. What's up, man? Good to see you.
So Chardell is gone. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for coming in. Now, let's see if he is a man among men and a man of his word. Addie said he'd be coming in.
Yep. I'll put it back out there. A guy called Ed has a great comment there. Check out what he says here. Bring it in.
All right. Soler move was needed to open up. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, there it is. Nope, it's right there. With Conforto hitting a home run today, now is the time to DFA and hope to trade for anything. Problem is, I don't think you could trade anymore. Can you? I think it's done. You can't trade.
Bring Matos back up to start every day.
Oh, I think Matos is in AAA the rest of the season. That's what I'm thinking. Unless there's an injury, you never know.
Exactly. It's one of those situations when you wear out your welcome with Farhan, then that's it.
You're banished.
Hi, Adi.
What's up, Glenn? What's up, Eric?
What is up, Adi? Thanks for joining, man.
Addy is the voice. He's the voice of reason in this program, Eric.
The voice of reason.
He's a voice of reason.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, what you think of today's game there, Adi?
I mean, I kind of hoped they would carry the momentum from yesterday's game, even though they kind of didn't all season long. I kind of hoped maybe this one would have been a little bit different, but all the righty lineup kind of fails once again. I'm not too sure on the numbers, but at least on the eye test, I feel like the lefty lineup has been outperforming the righty lineup, at least of this year.
Gotcha. All right, I see you, Ed. Gotcha. That is true. They clear waivers. But yeah, I was saying that too, Adi. It's like you think that the team would come out a little bit more motivated. I mean, they just looked atrocious against Hunter Green. They could do nothing against Hunter Green. Now, granted, Hunter Green's been pretty damn excellent. He had a fabulous month of July. So, I mean, they're going up against a tough pitcher, but still, after yesterday, you think they would come in with a little bit more fire, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. And then I was also a little bit disappointed to see that Fitzgerald had been moved out of the leadoff spot just because he had a great game yesterday, going 3 for 5, I believe, in the leadoff spot. And then Wade, who's been struggling off of injury, they just plug him right back in there. And
great point. You know what? Yeah. I didn't even think about that. They moved him down in the lineup and took him out of the leadoff spot and put Wade up there. Again, it
shows the inconsistency of this ball club, Eric.
Why would you take just leave your guy there, man. If he's succeeding, just leave him there. Why do you got to keep moving these guys all over the damn place? I guarantee you, I think every player has batted in every position in their lineup. I would not be surprised if that has happened.
Yeah, I agree. And then even to touch on Glenn's player, Flores, like he had a career year last year and then went right back to the platooning crap this year. Like, let him play his game. He was obviously succeeding last year and the year before last year. Why not just continue to throw him out there?
See? Addie's our new number one caller. Way to go, Addie.
There you go.
My new favorite player.
And this is something that I touched on in the beginning of the show there, Addie, is Farhan just can't help himself. He always has to resort to that damn freaking platoon. You know, it's like you got 4 positions out there that are being platooned: first base, second base, and the corner outfielders. It's just come on, man.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if the platooning was happening at 1, maybe 2 spots in the lineup, just because those specific players play matchups really, really well. Like how Slater used to hit lefties really, really well, but that's just not the case. Like Ramos had hit lefties and righties well for a long time, and he finally got a shot this year after injuries. Matos hits righties really well, but nope, had to do the platooning with him too. It just doesn't make any sense.
And here's another thing: Ramos is going to be out of the lineup for sure tomorrow. I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if he's going to wind up on the IL. He may miss a couple of games. That's going to be a significant bet that's missing from that lineup because he's one of the guys that's getting it done in the lineup. Granted, he has his moments, but again, maybe his thumb's been bugging him too much, and maybe that's why he didn't have a very good game today. But I think his bat is definitely going to be missing in the lineup when being shut down with his thumb.
Yeah, 100%. Because now opposing pitchers don't really have that one player they need to worry about that they're scared of coming up to the plate. Everyone's being platooned. Everyone knows that, if I'm a righty pitcher, a lefty's going to come up. No one's scared of that one threat in the lineup that could get a home run on any given pitch, that you have confidence in driving in guys that are on second base, even first base. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more games like today minus the home runs.
Yeah, good point.
Hey, Addy, are you a late night guy?
I am a late night guy, yeah.
Well, you better get your beauty sleep because we got breakfast baseball tomorrow, 9:00 start.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't not very fond of morning games, but I'll be there.
I'm not very fond of mornings, period. Oh, but Eric.
D-Shot makes a great point. The July player of the month gets rewarded by being moved down in the lineup. Only Farhan could do something like that. A guy called
military take for you. Oh, you were going to go with that one. I had a military take for you, Eric.
All right, hold on 1 second. Ed says Wisely could take Ramos' spot in the outfield. Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's not exactly optimal for having Wisely in the outfield, but it could be done, and then Schmidt could still be at second base. That could be done. It could be. Wisely's kind of cooled off a little bit, but hey, what else are you going to do?
They're still playing the puppet strings, though. We got guys all over the place. No consistency. Well, even in the roster, the starting lineup, Addy, Eric, it changes day to day, but now we're penciling guys in. Well, you can wait. We're going to move you from third to short. No, you're in right field today, and this is crazy.
Farhan should be in the military with all of his platoons.
I thought you'd like that one. I thought we'd bring that one up to the fore.
Oh, man. Where's Will B? Will B, you out there, man?
Will would like that one, wouldn't he?
Look at Ed. Don't encourage Glenn, please. Should go live during the morning game.
Yeah.
And then really quick, guys, I wanted to touch on the 2021 season. You guys talked about how most of the days it was kind of a consistent lineup in 2021.
Yep.
It's not. I know Farhan's been pretty bad with the platooning stuff, but I feel like any GM wouldn't exactly platoon with guys like Buster Posey, Brandon Crawford, just because of what they have done for the franchise. Yes, exactly.
Evan Longoria.
Mm-hmm. And I know that even if they didn't have a career year, I doubt that you would have been platooning Buster Posey behind the plate or Brandon Crawford behind the plate. I know he started to do that in 2022 for Crawford, just because his at-bats were not very great.
Yeah, his skills were diminishing.
Exactly, yeah. But in that 2021 season, I kind of understand why it was an everyday lineup. I feel like if it were up to him, he would have platooned it no matter how well the players were doing. I mean, you saw that with Wade this year. You saw that with Ramos the longest time. You saw that even with Matos when he was having that streak. So just a little food for thought.
Yep. Eric's going to have a scoreboard update right after this. But before we do, he'll be ready to take a look at those remaining games in Major League Baseball. Addy, what do you expect against I know we're going to jump ahead a bit, but tomorrow we look to win the series at Cincy. Then we go on the road to a place where the Giants have not done well, Washington. What do you expect in a 4-game series?
I would say the most probable outcome would be 2-2, 1-3, just because of the 500 club that they are.
Well, it's a 4-game series. It's not a 3-game.
It's a 4.
Yes. So what I was saying was they split the series or they lose 3 out of the 4 games.
Ooh.
But I would say most of it would be dependent on their pitching. If Webb can back it up with his last performance and show that he doesn't just beat up on really bad teams, if Birdsong can continue what he's been doing, kind of display that confidence that he's been bringing to the mound, And who are the other two pitchers? Does Snell pitch again on that fourth game? I know Birdsong goes the first one, probably.
Webb's going to be in there, right?
Would Webb go the second, or would they have to go with the bullpen game just because Hicks is out?
Well, no, because what's the rotation? The rotation right now is Webb, Snell, Ray, Birdsong, Harrison. So they got 5.
Right. Okay. So it would be Birdsong, Webb, Snell, Ray.
Yes.
Okay,
That's what it sounds like.
They haven't been playing well. Like offensively, they haven't been playing well during Webb days. So I could see them dropping that one. I would say Snell probably continues what he's been doing. And the only other win I see them getting is Birdsong, or maybe if Robbie Ray pitches the way he did against the Dodgers. I don't see Harrison bouncing back to his previous starts just because the Nationals are better. And they have more lefties, I'm pretty sure. So if he continues to miss high and outside, there will be a lot of base runners.
Eric, what do you think is
sense.
going to happen Monday as far as pitching? Webb's pitching Tuesday, Snell Wednesday, Ray Thursday.
Yeah, it would be Birdsong on Monday.
It's just odd. Everything is penciled in straight through next weekend. Birdsong's it's yet to be decided for Monday.
Really?
Is Birdsong on the active
Wait, is
roster?
Birdsong?
No, I'm pretty sure he's in
right.
AAA, so they would have to make
a corresponding move.
Yeah, so you might.
So is that why they always? I mean,
that's what
odds are a starter, yet they can never pencil him in, maybe because he isn't on the.
You know what? I totally forgot. He got sent down after his last start, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. So you might see a guy like Schmidt get optioned back just because Wisely has been playing majority of second base.
Jesus, they're not going to do that. They're not going to keep Birdsong in a yo-yo, are they, Eric?
Why not? That's what they do, man.
Up and down. Nothing should surprise us, right?
That's what they do.
Want to take a look at scoreboard?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go. Let's take a gander at this. I already did the sounder once. Not going to do it again. Here we go. Updates to the scoreboard. Look at this. Top of the 9th. Angels go ahead of the Mets. Look at that. 5-4. Wow. What happened, Glenn?
Let's see what is going on. I'm trying to get some stats and facts right now on what is going on around the league, Eric. It's been pretty slow. All right.
It looks
Angels
like
5. Angels 5, the Mets 4.
Yeah, that just went final.
It did. It just went final. Let's see. Ben Joyce closed it out for the Angels in that game. I'm trying to find the complete rundown. All right, here we go.
I got it up on the screen.
The Mets put 4 runs on the board in the 7th. The Angels come back with 3 of their own to regain the lead. So the Mets, they must be frustrated. They were down by a couple, put 4 on the board. The Angels come back with 3. 5-4 final score, but the other matchup still tied 5-5 at last we had looked. Now they're in the top of the 9th in that game, Eric. Top of the 9th in Seattle. The Phillies have a runner on with 1 out, and Harper is at bat.
Hey, how about we do this?
Andres Munoz is the pitcher, by the way, in that game. So when that one goes final, we'll pass along the final score, all right?
Actually, don't want to do that. You know what I'm going to do?
What are you going to do, Eric?
Let's bring it up.
Addie's going to bring it up on the screen, I believe.
Yeah, let's bring it up. There we go. Let's take a look at this. Let's go to game day. Let's watch some dots. Why don't we? Just to see what's going to happen here. The miracles of technology here. Look, take a gander here.
Please don't adjust your set. We will return.
There we go.
Here we go.
We're still up there. There we go. Bryce Harper is up to bat. Looks like the count is 2. A runner on first base. Bryce Harper called out on strikes. Ooh. A little bit in, but it caught a little bit of the zone.
Eric, that was the fastest pitching performance I ever saw.
I know. Look at that.
Boom, boom, boom. You're out of there.
Now here comes Alex Bohm. Let's see what he can do. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Munoz is like their That's their closer, right? He's had a good year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and anybody who is wondering why we're taking a look at this one, the Phillies have been struggling, and they are in the ninth right now. It's 5-5. And they're
Yes,
on
it
the
might go.
road in Seattle.
It's a chance it may go to extras. We'll see what the Seattle Mariners do at the bottom half of this inning here.
Just to sidebar a little bit, I took a look at the Nationals' last 10 games, and they have gone 3-7. And so I kind of pulled up who they played. They've played the Padres, Cardinals, Diamondbacks, and this current series would be the Brewers. So they're all wild card teams, if not the division leaders.
Yeah, they're playing tough teams.
Beat the Brewers today.
So all wild card teams and division leaders have beat up on the Nationals. So it kind of tell us about who the Giants really are if they're not able to at least split the series against the Nationals.
That's a good point there, Adi. That's a great point. You know, you're seeing the competition that the Nationals are playing. And if the Giants can't beat the Nationals, who have gone against the teams that the Giants are trying, it's going to be tough anyway. I mean, the Giants are going to have to surpass Arizona and San Diego, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Bohm is 1 for 4, Eric.
Yeah, the count's
about 1 off. It's 2 strikes on deck. Waiting in the on deck circle is Marsh. He's playing in center field.
Up in play outs. Look at that little pop up to the third baseman. It looks like. Oh no, it was a ground
sinker. Ball. And a sinker. He went down and got that one, but popped it up. Actually, grounded out. So we both.
And that's it. Now we're going to the bottom of the ninth. Can Seattle walk it off?
We'll check in on that one in a few minutes, Eric.
Yep.
All right. Addy, thanks for coming on, buddy. Always have a pleasure chatting with you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
Way to go, Adi. Appreciate it, man.
Good luck in school next week, pal.
Thank you. I will see you guys later.
All right. Appreciate you not only coming on the show as well, but he is one of the regulars, Eric.
Yes, he
Contribute
is.
to the chat. We have a question. He'll answer it. We you or I can't put our finger on a stat. That guy is, he's one of our go-to guys, and he's quite an educated guy, isn't he?
That he is.
He is.
I appreciate his contributions. He's awesome, man. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. As do we, everyone.
Yeah, of course.
In for a day or the week or what have you.
Yes, AB. Mets lost. We just touched on that. Now we're just keeping an eye on what's going on between the Phillies and the Mariners. Oh, yeah, the Giants' schedule in September is not going to be easy by any stretch. Here in August, the schedule's okay. But in September, it's not going to be easy.
No, take a look at September, Eric. We've got Arizona at home for 3. On the road in San Diego for 3. Milwaukee at home for 3 and San Diego at home for 3. Then, does it get any easier? We go out on the road. Oh, we're in Baltimore for 3. Kansas City for 3. Arizona for 3. We close out this season at home with St. Louis.
Oh, my God. Look, I'm telling you, that's not going to be September.
And do we have any games after that? For some reason. Actually, Eric, pardon my ignorance, my schedule goes up to the 29th of September. Did we not play a couple of games early October?
I'll find out.
Please, my San Francisco Giants, I have the official San Francisco Giants schedule here, and they only show games going up to the 29th of September.
Yep, just to the 29th. That's it, I think.
I thought we always had baseball till around the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, somewhere around there. We always had a couple of games early in October.
Is the last game.
See, the game, everything's changing, Eric.
That is not going to be, oh, man. I tell you what.
September series with Baltimore and St. Louis.
September is going to be very difficult.
And not just Baltimore, Eric. We've got Baltimore for 3, and they will be on the road at Camden Yards.
Yes, they will.
Tell me that will be it.
Every single one of those teams are either a division leader or fighting for a wild card.
And they're all 3-game series, right? So you've got Arizona at home 3, San Diego road 3, Milwaukee home, San Diego at home, then Baltimore road, Kansas City road, Arizona. That's a long road trip. 3 in Baltimore, 3 in KC, 3 in Arizona. Come back, have a day off to close out the season, 3 in a row at home against the Cardinals. So, as usual, the chat nails it. It's going to be a tough month of September.
The only thing that I don't know if that helps them or not, they got a shit ton of days off in September. Have you seen that? They got 4 days off in September.
Who, our Giants?
They got the 2nd, the 9th, the 16th, and the 26th all off.
Yeah.
So that kind of will help, but you're still got to play the games.
Yeah, the 16th. The 16th isn't much of a rest day. It'll be a travel day. They go on that 9-game road trip, and then after the 9-gamer, they get the day off heading into that final series. So, yeah, maybe we're jumping the gun. Will it even matter, Eric? Time will tell.
We'll see. We'll see. What do we got here? I'm looking at the rest of after the Washington series. You got Detroit, and that could be. You never know. You never know what you get with that. Atlanta for a 4-game at home. That's the one where, that you said you wanted to try to maybe meet up. White Sox, or you got the A's again. You never know with the A's. Then you got the White Sox, but then at the end of the month, you got Seattle and Brewers in there. And then, of course, Miami. Miami should be fairly easy. But that Seattle and that Brewers series will be pretty difficult. I mean, it's not.
This, you know what, Eric? You get the White Sox for 3. If you played your cards right and the team gets the pitching, Oakland for 2 and White Sox for 3. There's 5 games. You should be able to win 3 or 4 out of that. No problem, right? Should. Would be a disappointment to me if we don't sweep the White Sox.
If they really can't make something in this August run.
But then you've got Seattle for 3 and Milwaukee for 3.
Yeah,
so you don't want to make the hay while the sun shines against the White Sox.
And then you could
crap it all away.
Exactly. It could happen. But again, This is baseball. You don't know what can happen, but
Well, I would only anticipate that that's what exactly what would happen, because we can't hit that 500 mark unless things change in a just a dramatic fashion. We're just setting the bar too high, Eric.
First and foremost, focus on tomorrow. They got to win tomorrow to win the series.
Yeah.
They got to win. And what was the numbers on that starting pitcher for Cincinnati? What's he look like?
Oh, for tomorrow's game, Eric?
Yeah, because I know we got Robbie Ray. Again, Robbie Ray is going to be a toss-up because we don't know what type of Robbie Ray we're going to get.
Tomorrow's game. Note, if you're in the Bay Area like I am, Eric is just outside the Bay. We will be up early. It's a 9:05 Pacific start. Robbie Ray, you mentioned 1-1 with a 4.82 ERA. He's a lefty. We all know that. Now, Cincinnati goes with Carson Spires. He's a righty. So Eric, again, can recap what we predict will be the starting lineup. But Spires is 4-2 with a 3.46 ERA.
Wow, so he's decent.
It's going to be 84 degrees by game time tomorrow. Around noontime in Cincinnati. Light, basically no winds, not a breeze to speak of, and 84.
It's going to be warm and humid in Cincinnati. That's what it's going to be.
I want to thank everybody who tuned in tonight. We've still got some more talk to come. Monday, Giant Sports Talk Live Morning Edition with Eric and Glenn. It'll be more Eric and Glenn. Can they handle it, Eric? Can we handle it? That's the question.
Whew, good question.
We got to get up early for Giant Sports Talk Live, weekday mornings, I believe, at 10. And coming Monday, our newest sponsor, Lefty's Sports Cards over in Burlingame. And they have the biggest selection of sports memorabilia. And I'll tell you what, I visited with them today, signed our contract. They have an unbelievable autographed collection, including for the low, low price of $49.99. See, I snuck away from our negotiations, Eric. I don't know if you can see this. I just want to share this. Boy, the purse strings. Can you see this? Let's see if I can get this up on the screen. You ready? Can you see that? I can't twist it around too much. Can you see? Oh, my phone has a will of its own here, Eric, but do you know who that is?
Oh, my God. Oh, dear God.
I knew you were going to say that. See, you can't even say anything nice, can you?
Will. Oh, my God.
And I was getting, and see, Bernice, I got Eric that Wilmer Flores jersey. And you know what? We're just going to keep. Okay. On with the show. Tomorrow's
Glenn,
the tone setter. Yes.
the first step.
It's like I got to go to rehab or something.
There you go.
Knowing it,
Wilmer Flores rehab.
like they said on the Flintstones, but knowing it is half the battle.
Oh, no, that's the A team, man. Knowing is half the battle. That's what they always said at the end. Remember, they'd have.
Oh, you're breaking up.
Mojo!
Yeah, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. $6 million man. You're breaking up. You're breaking up. Yeah, the morning drive show. We're going to be on early in the morning starting Monday, thanks to our new sponsor, Lefty Sports Cards in Burlingame. And you might want to check out, if you're a Giants fan, you are interested in all the sports memorabilia that they have in their store. And let's say you want to add something to somebody's Christmas gift list. They've got autograph opportunities where not only can you go get the autograph, you can meet the player, Eric. August the 18th, 6 o'clock. Tickets available. You can meet and greet, get an autograph from Tyler Fitzgerald, who was named the player of the month. And coming up later in the month on August 31st, 11 in the morning at 1859 El Camino Real, they welcome Dusty Baker for a meet and greet and an autograph session.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Over at our new friends and sponsors, Lefties. You can join them on Facebook, 6:30 on Monday nights for singles nights.
Yes, baseball cards.
And we are a proud sponsor of Signatures for Soldiers. Hopefully, if you have a chance, you can go back. If you didn't see it live, we had an interview with the representatives from that group. Yeah. They spoke very highly of the Giants and, in particular, Madison Bumgarner. So check out one of our old shows. It's available on various platforms, including the YouTube. And I was pretty happy with that show. Eric, learned a lot about what they do.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that show. It's a great cause. Signatures for Soldiers helps out veterans, disabled veterans, and veterans who are homeless. It's a fantastic organization. So go take a look at it and check out their website. Check out Signatures for the number 4 soldiers.com, and you'll be able to access what they sell and get a little bit of history on what exactly what they do. JT, look at that. It says Lefties is awesome. There you go. Nice get, Lefties. That's great, fellas. You guys will have to do a show from there. There you go.
We'll have to do a morning drive from the Lefties. I'll take the show on the road, Eric. Eric off the air said you're going to be my road show. So we're going to do some shows. We're actually in the work. We're going to do some shows over at Willie Mays Plaza. We can take the show over to Lefties if you want. Do some interviews with the staff over there.
There you go. That'd be awesome.
Why not? We're going to make this so interactive, Eric. It's going to blow your mind. Yeah, Lefties is a great sponsor, too. I was over and worked out a contract with them this afternoon to sponsor the show. Had to, you know why I was there, Eric. Mm-hmm. We pretty much had the agreement. I just went to get the check. That's all. And check out those Wilmer Flores autographs.
Of course.
Glad to have him on board.
He could have some Babe Ruth memorabilia, and you would look right over it straight to Wilmer Flores.
Kyle McCarron says there's a few more rookie cards I want to get. I just don't know what's trustable. It's tough go with the new guys now, Eric.
Is it?
It's almost like a stock market, yeah. But you can't go wrong with the old rookie cards, what we call the golden greats. You know what I picked up today, Eric?
What'd you pick up?
You know I'm if they don't know, huge collector of Giants memorabilia. And I have there's like 1,500 or so, give or take, cards of Wilmer Flores. And I just picked up his 4th of July. Can you see their stars and stripes?
Oh.
That's his, that's called the what?
Oh, yeah, I see it now, yeah.
The border?
Yep.
That's his Topps 2024 Stars and Stripes card. And that one's in my collection now. And it's numbered. Can you see the numbering? There's only 76 of that card made.
And you got number 39. Nice.
There you go.
Nice.
Only 2 off his jersey.
There
number.
So if you got 41, that would have been awesome. If
That
you
would
could
have been
get
good.
41.
That is one of the things collectors like to do is
little
match
stuff like
the
that.
number.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that would be fun, Tom.
Yeah, why not? Have him come
I
on.
was just at the National in Cleveland last week, Eric, when we were actually getting the parameters in place to run this show beginning on Monday. And anybody who's not familiar with the National, it is the largest sports collectibles convention in the world. And I got to talking to some of the, the grizzled veterans of the collecting industry about how things change. And it is like a stock market. Like we just saw recently lost Willie Mays. And you see how the prices fluctuate almost like a stock market.
Yep.
So we hope to have one of the legends. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. One of the legends of sports collectibles coming on the show in the coming weeks to do an entire show with us about how to pick who to collect, what to collect. I've always said, Eric, collect what you love.
Yeah, right.
Collect what you love. It's not always. It's not about.
It's
money.
not always about just the money aspect. You got to have some passion in it, right? Otherwise, what kind of fun is it? Yeah. Farhan now known as Jake wants to know: do you have a Mickey Mantle card?
Do I? Oh, I put it away. I showed you my Mantle rookie on air the other day.
Yes, you did. Glenn showed his Mickey Mantle rookie card right here live on the show. It was pretty awesome.
Who else have I picked up recently? Willie? Bobby Bonds? Yeah. You saw my Bobby Bonds, did you not?
Yep, I did see your Bobby Bonds. That was pretty cool.
Jesus.
Anonymous.
They're a tough crowd, Eric. Anonymous says the Wilmer's up to 12 cents on the market. Tough crowd, isn't it?
Tough, man. Tough.
They kid because they care, I hope.
Yeah, he showed. He already put it away, so he's not going to grab it now. But yeah, it was on the very first show. I think you showed it, right?
Yeah, one of the shows early in the week, Eric. But anyway, that's a great idea, taking the show on the road. Maybe we'll do a show now that we've got them as a sponsor. That would be a great thing to do. Reciprocate. They cut us the check. We take the show over and do it, especially a morning show. It'd be perfect. They'd be just opening the doors, and we'd see who's in there. It'd be great to do a show there and find out what people coming in, talk to them, interview them. Say, what are you buying? We're sold out of Wilmer's. I hate to let you down, but maybe you see what people are collecting as far as the young guys. Maybe they're collecting 49ers or Giants. It'd be a whole lot of fun. And that's what this show is about, Eric. It's more than just Giants baseball talk. It's baseball and Giants and different angles. Giants baseball cards and what the Giants do for
whatever it may be. Exactly.
Yeah, what the Giants do for signatures for soldiers, for example. Great show, and it still has to do with our beloved Giants.
There you go. Bogser says currently working on building a 1975 Topps mini set.
Nice set.
Nice. See, you got some collectors in here. I mean, that's one thing. If there's one thing, probably what sport you think has the most quote unquote collectors? Baseball seems to be right up there, right? When you think of football, you don't think of people collecting football cards. I mean, granted, they're out there. Don't get me wrong on basketball, but it seems like the baseball cards are the when you think of collectibles, you think of baseball. I don't know what it is. That just seems.
You know what's hot now for the young kids? It's the NFL and the NBA. But do you know what the 70? Now he talked about the 75. Do you know what this? Do you remember? Did you have cards as a kid, Eric?
I did.
The 75 mini set. This is what they look like.
Oh,
just happened to bring up the Mike Schmidt there. The facsimile autograph. They came with the bubble gum, the little pink slab of gum.
Yep.
And that was the 75 Mike Schmidt mini.
Nice.
That would be a labor of love. That wasn't a small set either.
That's awesome.
The worst thing about collecting, I'm sure they could tell you about it. Who's working on the 75 set again?
Bogser.
Bogser?
Bogser, yep. Bogser 1.
Okay. That's a tough, and I'll tell you the same thing, Eric. You know what the worst thing about being a hockey card collector or a baseball card collector each year is? Back in that era, you only had one set every year. You had Topps, and in Canada it was the same, a little smaller, but it would be called O-Pee-Chee. Same set. Just a different distribution outside of the United States. The worst thing when you're a collector back in that era is having one set and you open up all your card packs and all your boxes, and then you come to realize my favorite player's not in the set this year. And you got to wait till the next year.
Yep.
But nowadays, my God, there's got to be about 250 sets that are out every year.
I remember when I was first collecting as a kid, and you had your Tops, you had your Don Russ, right?
Fleer.
And then I remember when Upper Deck was first coming out, and those
nice
cards,
looking set.
Man, you want to talk about nice looking card. When they first came out, you're just like, wow, this is a baseball card? I mean, because it just looked clean, and the way that they did the photo, I mean, it was an awesome card. And
they revolutionized collecting because they took away, you could take out the great cards and try to, manipulate the wax wrap. They put them in a foil pack. You had to rip open like it was a Twinkie.
Yep. Yeah, there's a foil pack. Exactly. Man.
That was the year, do you remember what card number 1 was in the premier Upper Deck set? Let's see if anybody in the chat knows. 1989 Upper Deck, first set. What was the first card? And Eric, they hit it out of the park. Whoever was in the Mark.
I don't remember.
Mark,
I think I know. I think I might know. Maybe.
Mark said Griffey
Jr.
There
it is. That's what I was just going to say. Griffey Jr.
When you've got a marketing department, they can, hit on that. That was hitting it out of the park. And I don't believe the other sets had Griffey. None of them even have it because they called him up at 18. Remember, Eric?
Yes.
At the beginning of the season. None of the other sets put him in the roster that year. He didn't have a card in Tops or Don Russ or Fleer. So the only way you could get yourself one, and I believe he had to wait later in the year to get what was called Tops Update.
Okay.
But anyway, Upper Deck that's why Upper Deck is the go-to.
I got those rated rookies, the Don Russ rated rookies of Griffey.
You remember them?
Yep, the rated.
And did I share the story? I think I did with you. I won't get into complete details.
Bowman. I forgot about Bowman, man. There you go.
Guys, I'm a big collector. I went to the National last week in Cleveland. And I think I mentioned it on the air. Maybe I didn't, Eric. Maybe this is new material. But are you familiar back in the early 80s with the Diamond Kings?
No.
They were the first 30 cards of each Don Russ set, and they were hand-painted set cards.
Really? Wow.
I met the guy last week who paints all the cards.
No kidding.
Yeah, his name is Dick Perez. The Diamond King collection. I'll find a picture of one. I'll show you what they look like. And you know what? I think as soon as I show you what it looks like here.
Oh, Ibrahim was just bringing it up. He goes, remember the Don Russ Diamond Kings? Not worth anything, Perez, but we're a blast.
Diamond Kings. I'm just going to bring one up on the screen for you, Eric. Don Russ.
What am I doing, man? I'm messing this up. Phillies and the Mariners are in the bottom of the 10th. 2 men on, 1 out. Vosler is up to bat. Remember Vosler?
Yep.
Let's see. Can he win it for the Seattle Mariners? Taking a look at it as you're researching that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember those now. Yeah, I remember those.
Each year there was every team got one player.
Right.
And like the debut year were the best. I thought these were the nicest.
Yeah, I remember.
So I met the gentleman who had painted those, and he spent a few minutes with Bernice and I, my much better half, the person who puts up with me. You're not the only one, Eric. There are a few who have to put up with me. But yeah, we're big sports collectors. Maybe we'll break out. Maybe we'll have a show where the Giants aren't playing, Eric. We're looking for some material. If we don't have a special guest, I'll break out some of the classics. I got the Mickey Mantle rookie. I got the Mantle second year. If you want to make it a very special evening, I can break out the entire Wilmer Flores collection.
Oh God!
Yeah. And the viewership will just
tank.
They all ribbed me, but we all have our
Jason
favorites.
Vosler struck out. Now it's going to be up to whoever D. Moore is. Who's D. Moore? Brother. Can't get it done. Oh, well, upcoming guest. Well, you said you're going to maybe try to get Matt Stairs, correct?
Yeah, former San Diego Padre, Oakland A, Toronto Blue Jay, Boston Red Sox. The guy made his the guy was all over baseball, but he was a big power hitter.
Yes.
You remember? We used to call him when he played his junior baseball, and he actually played in a senior league. If he had to come out when he was young, Eric, the sky was the limit. He never got his start. He was playing in like Sandlot League in Fredericton, New Brunswick.
Right.
In his 20s. And a scout happened to be rolling through town and said, let's stop at the ball field. We're staying overnight. And he saw him hit a monster bomb where it went the length of 2 fields. He goes, anybody know who this guy is? And then the Boston Red Sox got him from the Montreal Expos. He was an Expo, Red Sox, Blue Jay, but I remember him playing for the
A's, right?
A's.
Isn't that where he made his
Detroit
made his
Tigers. He was all over the place. Spencer says, yeah, Montreal Expo. And I could even break this out. Now, we mentioned Matt Stairs. I've got a ticket for the first game Matt Stairs played in the major leagues.
Oh, there you go.
I got it all, Eric.
Anonymous on says, do you remember wacky stickers?
Wacky packs.
Never heard of
them?
No.
You've never heard of wacky packages?
Wacky packs.
They were a Tops. Cy Berger, who ran Tops. That was one of his gimmicks. Eric, they're worth
what is that?
They're worth a fortune, Eric.
Wacky stickers.
Telling my wife here, who's in the green room here, I'm telling her Eric doesn't know what a wacky pack is.
Don't know what a wacky pack.
Wacky pack.
That's right over my head, man. Have no idea. Wacky.
As soon as you see one, you'll probably get it. Or I read some of the titles. Like, Joan of Arc. Well, they have bottled Bone of Arc. What else would you have? So we find some good ones here.
Is the game on Roku tomorrow? I'm not sure. Mark Gray says, love wacky packages.
Yeah.
I must be missing out.
And they came in standard baseball card size, but you would peel off the sticker. So here's a wacky package. I don't know. I think this one was around in 1978. They came out like a baseball card series, new ones every year. Oh, geez, this phone keeps twisting crap around on me, Eric. I apologize.
No worries. Just whatever.
You see it?
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't remember. Horrid. You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember Garbage Pail Kids?
Guaranteed for 5 minutes. Horrid spray deodorant.
You remember that? Garbage Pail Kids? Everybody was collecting those when I was growing up.
Garbage Pail. See, you young people. I remember those.
You remember that? Yeah, Garbage Pail
candies.
Kids.
The candies.
Those are great, man.
Have you ever in your travels, Eric, ever taken you to a candy store where they sell vintage candy and you're hoping it's not actually from the 70s? Oh, yeah. Remember the little satchels? Like a potato bag, and you'd have the little gum, and they were called like golden nuggets?
Maybe vaguely.
Those were big when I was a kid.
That is correct, Lynn. Eric is
you remember at Halloween, do you remember BB Bats?
BB Bats?
BB Bats. They were like the caramel on the stick. Oh, you don't remember that either?
No, don't remember that.
Oh, geez, it's my age showing. That's all, Eric.
Anonymous is calling about my age.
Kyle McKieran is, we won't bring this one up, but he asked about the Billy Ripken card. I've got the...
Mitch Haniger just walked it off with a walk, a bases loaded walk.
You know why? It's karma, because he is one of the greatest supporters of Signatures for Soldiers, as we are.
That's unbelievable. He drew a bases loaded walk in the bottom of the 10th, and he walks it off with a walk. How about that?
Mark Graves says Chick-a-Stick. Do you remember Lick-a-Stick?
No. Chico Sticks.
Oh, I don't know.
Chico Sticks. It's the same as, I think you call it Chick-a-Stick, but I think it's Chico Sticks.
Do you remember
Lick-a-Mates?
Lick-a-Mates, you get this candy stick with the pouch, and each one had like powder.
Oh, Fun Dip.
Everybody's got a different name for them.
Fun Dip. Love that stuff, man.
And somebody mentioned the candy cigarettes.
Yeah,
candy
cigarettes.
Day and age.
Oh yeah, forget
They
about
even
it.
had the little red tip on them.
Yeah, they did. And if you blew on it,
Licorice.
if you blew on it, the little white smoke would pop out. Yeah, that was
Licorice
hilarious.
cigars.
I never had a licorice cigar.
Oh
Never
my
had that.
goodness. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fire Farhan now says he's guessing my age. He thinks I'm 75.
Yes, Chico sticks. I used to get that every day at lunch at high school. That was
Really?
one. That was Chico sticks. What else did they have? But Chico sticks was always a get.
There you go.
Oh, I remember that card. Billy Ripken. Remember Billy Ripken?
I have it. Yeah.
Oh, you got it. That was a huge, like it was a misprint or something, right? Something like that.
Hey, tomorrow, don't forget breakfast baseball, 9:05 start if you're like Eric and I here on the West Coast. And sadly for me, I'm a block from the ballpark. I don't get to go to the game, Eric.
No.
Nope. Again, it wouldn't be starting at 9:05 if it was a home game. They'll be playing at the Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. I'm not sure what the television deal is on tomorrow because it's available on Roku. And I don't know how the hell you even access this. This is the problem in Major League Baseball between Apple Plus. And you're used to one platform. You know what? In the Bay Area, I don't know for everybody else how they navigate their baseball, but in the Bay Area, we watch the games on NBC Bay Area.
Yeah.
Now it's becoming like NASCAR. You cannot find the race because sometimes they're not even televised. You got to go on a platform like we have. It's so difficult. So tomorrow the game is televised on Roku. Don't ask me how to access it or where you find it. Robbie Ray, 1-1 with a 4.82 ERA, is on the road at Carson Spires, 4-2, 3.46. It's going to be a warm day, 84 degrees in Cincy. And we will be back tomorrow night to recap it all. Eric?
Absolutely, guys. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for joining. Appreciate all the contributions from everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Can the Giants win?
Hopefully we can win this series, Eric, and head on off to Washington. Great job, Eric.
All right. Thanks, Glenn. We'll see you guys.
Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.